This is gonna be a Pepsi day. The real China. This is, of course, on the caste system of China. And hopefully Pepsi does better than Sandman, because, and again, I'm still getting hate comments on Sandman's video because I'm like, anyone who says that the caste system's gone is lying to themselves. Anyone who says racism is gone in the United States is lying to themselves. Anyone who says the dowry, requesting money is gone in India is lying to themselves. You know what? This stuff happens and it will continue to happen and probably will never leave. It probably will never leave, because once something's established, it becomes kind of a cornerstone of the culture. And some people are reluctant to give it up. Just like the white supremacy in the United States. It'll never disappear. It'll never disappear. Pepsi tea, real China. What's up, Beijing? Wait a minute. What the? I'm going back. Right here. They're all just sitting in a flooded zone. Okay.
No! Are you kidding me? No way that's China. Hi guys. India is known for minding its own
Hi guys.
business. Hardworking people just trying to be their best. But looking at the evil propaganda against India, they finally woke up and decided that something needs to be done about this. Because it was getting too much. They decided to do what anyone with a healthy, rational mind would do. Show the propagandists their reality. Presenting to you the Chinese caste system. Did you know about this? Yes, it exists. It has more than 4 divisions. But to sum it up, the Shi comprised of scholars, gentry officials, and the overall ruling elite. The Shang included merchants and traders, profit-driven and less essential. The Gong were mostly artisans and craftsmen. And the Nong were peasants, farmers, people who produced food and did menial work. And guess what? It's still practiced in China. But India... Shut up. We're talking about China. Apparently upper castes consider themselves Japanese, while lower castes call themselves Koreans. What should I conclude from this? They just don't want to claim that they're Chinese. I don't see this as a lack of nationalism in the great superpower China. We will enter the deep waters now. Don't eat anything while watching this. You can do all that later. This video has to be the most important thing in your life. Did you know that your poop can be a great medicine in China? It is called Ren Zhong Bai. Does that mean you could potentially become a billionaire if you have a great quality of poop? China on social media versus China in real life. Are you surprised, guys? I'm not. I've been telling you guys that such places exist everywhere. Oh, but China is a superpower. That doesn't change the fact that this is China. What a lovely little cozy house. Apparently in China, low-caste Shang people can't afford houses, and they are often outcasted from the society. Behold, the great Chinese civic sense. This is what an average banquet in China looks like. What a low-trust society looks like. You don't trust the other person.
A live streamer got hot while selling peaches on her farm, and so she went to turn on the AC. Wait a minute, AC in the field? What Chinese technology is this? She realized how she exposed her fake set, and, well, started laughing. Chinese brand cars are of superior quality.
Oh, the plastic's melting.
Walls crack in half. Concrete foundation blocks are hollow on the inside.
Yeah, no wonder Chinese products are so cheap. If you buy something Chinese 9 out of 10 times, it's gonna be cheap and the quality is just gonna be horrible. That's just my experience with it. This gentleman talking about the reality of China is called David Zhang. Please check him out. A Chinese female streamer apparently lost 140,000 followers because her camera broke. My opinion, she looks a million times better this.
I'm not gonna lie. Right here, she looks like a Native American. The thing is, gots to change because looks like a dude. Needs to change the look a bit, but I think it's because it's like, oh, I'm gonna be having a filter. I don't need to use makeup. Looks like a dude, but could easily pass for a Native American.
Way. And have you ever seen a normal human looking like this? Do they really glow like a neon light? Have you seen humans like this? It's pretty obvious. And the live filter technology will just keep improving. Good luck to my bros in long distance relationships.
What did I tell you? China fixed everything. 72. This is my African client.
This is my client from Africa. He named the chocolate. He ordered 20 units M0 from me. This is your contract.
This is my Africa customer, David. He has ordered 10 containers territorial mask for us.
I learned that this is a video game character called KDA Ivern. China fixed quantity. An internet-famous cake shop, Pao Pao in Shanghai, got exposed for using moldy strawberries. A consumer posted a video on social media in China claiming that when they purchased a strawberry cake from Pao Pao, and they found that the strawberries they used was obviously showing signs of mold and rot. Chinese tofu dregs. Usually these things are supposed to help to stop cars from crashing off the road. Well, not with that quality.
Yes, are you also blown away by the beauty of this super clean, marvelous, breathtaking Chinese beach?
Honestly, it looks like after all everyone's done partying at the what is the giant music festival called? Coachella. Yeah, it's like the remnants of that. The low trust society, the people that don't care about their own environment, that leave. What's funny is the people that go to that normally are the ones that claim they care about the environment, and then they leave the things looking like this. Well, why can't most places be like? Why can't most places be like Japan? Does Japan still have massive issues? Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same time, at least they have more of a high trust society and people throw away their own garbage. They leave places cleaner than they found them. I mean, heck, what the FIFA World Cup, that's like the one thing everyone was talking about. But the rest of the world is just so sloppy, so inconsiderate of others. Nobody cares. And when you have these societies that are built upon like I'm better than you type of dynamic, and you always look down upon those outside of your jurisdiction. Like I said before, it's just like I had when I went to college, I had a classmate. I had roommates from China, and then I had a classmate who was talking about like that person didn't speak Cantonese, but they of course Mandarin, because Cantonese is like the one of the lower communities, but that person always went out to do like help and care, like what was it? They would always go out and do like aid missions in the rural parts of China to help out. I've known that this kind of problem has existed in China for decades because they're not allowed to talk about it online. They're not allowed to talk about it online. But when you meet them in person, they're like, oh, some of them will talk about how it's a problem. Some of them will talk about how it's a problem. But most of the time they don't. Most of the time they're just like, you know what? I'm the upper echelons. I get the best of the best because I am better than the others. And then you end up with a dumpster of a nation. A dumpster of a nation. The problem is, nobody would even be noticing this stuff if they hadn't been targeting India too much. If they hadn't been targeting India too much. And the thing is, it's like, especially in a place like China where they have like full censorship over social media, the fact that this stuff is getting out just proves how pissed off people are.
The China that the Great Firewall of China couldn't hide.
Firewall.
Have you guys ever been to an average Chinese street market? If not, I would highly suggest you to visit one.
Hey, don't knock the grasshoppers. Don't knock the grasshoppers. Have I eaten one? I know my dad, like in Mexico, they have like the roasted grasshopper with like the Lucas seasoning on it. And that's normally what it is. That's normally what it is. I would, the world only appreciate pretentious mofos. Yeah, yeah. China is one such thing. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Everyone likes to pretend. Everyone likes to pretend. It's those who pretend that tend to go far. Well, they go far very quickly online because they pretend to be something they're not. Like you see the alpha males, you see the chads, you see the cutesy over cutesy people. Like in the end they go far, but they don't last because well you can't continue that longevity when you're lying for a living. I guess China's in the find out phase. They effed around too much trying to knock down everyone else that they're in the find out phase. Like the thing is, everyone can poke fun at America, but America's America. It wears its problems on its sleeves. It is so retarded here, which I think is what makes it work because everyone knows it's retarded and a lot of the people here think they're elitist, even though they're more mentally unstable than most of the other world. But America has its problems. Everyone knows America has its problems. America is absolutely retarded. We don't try to hide behind many situations. We don't try to hide behind it. We're just like, yeah, that happened. Well, at least I would hope. But there are always those few. Especially those nationalists. Nationalists are insane. But don't knock the grasshoppers. Yeah, don't knock the grasshoppers.
If you want to experience these Chinese delicacies, like grasshoppers, baby bees, sour ants.
Don't eat the baby bees.
What? They don't just apply filters on faces? Chinese technology for you guys. See, this is like commonly known fact that everything is monitored and regulated there. So whatever you do, it has to pass through the CCP lens.
那是，跟个垃圾场一样。
Yes, the superpower China is 30 years ahead of the world. So far ahead that they have started collecting trash from the future. Chinese technology.
Aren't you supposed to take goats on a walk? Not on a ride?
I know you wish you were a goat in China. Goats are treated as passengers, and dogs are treated as food. Yes, China is truly incredible. This is exactly what makes the food authentic. It is done to add flavor to the dough. You won't get it.
I'm hoping that this is a joke. This has to be like a meme. Oh my gosh, I felt like throwing up. That has to be a meme. That can't be real. That has to be a meme. Oh.
Yes, you might have heard of chef's kiss. This is chef's seal. It's a mark of purity. It adds special CCP flavors to your food.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have a friend who would pay top dollar for this.
Yes, you might have heard of chef's kiss. This is chef's seal.
I have a friend who
It's a
would
mark
pay
of
top
purity.
dollar for
It adds
this.
special CCP flavors to your food.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but there are guys that will pay for that. I know for a fact they're here in the United States of America. I know for a fact they're here. Bro, that's salt. I guess.
Why do you need salt and flavors? Nature has already blessed you with everything.
这就是农村的生活，简单而又快乐。每
This is a nice little average Chinese locality. Does it look like the China they show in those videos?
Yes, it does. It looks okay. So, if you've seen Kung Fu Hustle, there is the city. There is the city, like the main city, the main square. This is the little impoverished area. This is the little impoverished area where all the martial artists are congregating. China again.
This person is collecting gutter oil, which is waste oil extracted from food scraps. In China, some unscrupulous businesses secretly collect gutter oil in the middle of the night. With just one night of filtering and other processing, they can turn something that emits a terrible odor into a clear liquid. This processed gutter oil often ends up back on our dining tables. Gutter oil contains many toxic substances, and consuming food made with it can damage the human digestive system. Long-term consumption may even lead to cancer.
Why do you guys have to always question China's intentions? If China is doing it, it must mean it's something out of the box, it's something futuristic. China lives in the future. Why don't you get it?
Ah, a beautiful waterfall in China. This is supposed to be the #1 waterfall in all of Asia for its 1,000 feet drop and the beautiful sceneries around it. Well, a man just climbed to the top to the source of the waterfall to only discover it's a pipe.
Oh, is there anything real in China?
That can't be real. That can't be real. That can't be real. Oh my gosh. That can't be real. Because it looks like there's a massive, I mean, maybe it comes from further back. I don't know, but that can't be real.
For its 1,000 feet drop and the beautiful sceneries around it. Well, a man just climbed to the top to the source of the waterfall to only discover it's a pipe.
Oh, is there anything real in China? All that glitters is not China.
Yep, China really does fake everything, including waterfalls. Now, authorities claim that this is because during drought season, they still want to supplement the water volume, and that's why they use a pipe. And people discovered with videos showing that the actual pipe runs along the mountain up to supply the water.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I totally believe you. It's not because you just want to fake the waterfall, right? Chinese skyscrapers, you see a lot of these in those propaganda videos. Ah, it looks so beautiful on the outside. What exactly are they for? Because it turns out, as according to this one influencer who found one of these buildings in the core of downtown Shenzhen called Zhao Xinghui office building, floors 21 to 60 are almost entirely vacant, and some of them are still in like a rough, unfurnished condition. And what's the point of spending money on this? Well, literally, it's just to make it look nice on the outside.
I don't know why people are so surprised by these videos. It's like, oh, China is exposed. No, I always knew this. And this is nothing compared to how disgusting it can actually get. You have no idea about the things that are actually going on in China. The CCP won't let you know.
China fakes everything 61. Fake propaganda of helping street vendors. In reality, these so-called municipal officers are actually the most brutal when it comes to treating the street vendors. Fake propaganda pretending it's raining that they're training outside. And fake clip-on leaves in China. Be careful what you eat in China because you never know what they're really doing back there. Wipe your shoes with table rags, clean chicken on the floor, and maggots everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not planning on going to China anytime soon. Anytime soon. I mean, like I had no problem going to India, having food in India. China, like no. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. The best part is Indian anon and known account break, the firewall of China in just 1 week. China spent $1 billion to maintain its image, but it is broken now. Yeah, the thing is, like, they were slinging mud, and enough of it had been slung where people are like, we've had enough, let's find out what's really going on. And within a matter of moments, everything got leaked. Within a matter of moments, everyone found out the truth. And anyone who believed that China was like this perfect utopia obviously was either lying to themselves or lying to their audience, or is just absolutely retarded. Absolutely retarded, because there is no perfect utopia like some streamers would want you to believe. There is no perfect utopia, which is China. There is no perfect nation to live in. There is none. The one you live in, you make it home. That's what you do. That's what you do. Are there problems in the one you live in? Absolutely. Are there ways to make it better? Absolutely. Do you fight to make it better? Absolutely. But the thing is like, there are always those people who come from outside a nation and always tote and praise foreign nations, especially in the United States of America. They praise foreign nations only to find out that those nations are just as bad, if not worse, than the nation that they claim to despise, which is America or India or whatever. Like, why? Why? Instead of spending the money in development, they spend it on image, and India is opposite, and our effing don't do crap against the hate and hate fake narrative. Yeah, well, they don't. I don't think, let's be honest, I don't think India needs to do anything, because eventually India's gonna win out with China ending up like they built a house of cards. They built a house of cards, and India's building a house of stone. One is gonna tumble very easily. The other one will last much longer. Sure, will it get a bunch of crap thrown at it? Absolutely. Especially when the ones living in the house of cards will be upset of the brick house that's being built in India. Of course, they're going to be pissed. Of course, a lot of nations are getting upset, especially a lot of the world powers are unhappy with it. But eventually, well, India's going to stand on its own. What's this?
An elderly farmer broke down in tears after returning to her field and finding hundreds of villagers taking her rare medicinal herbs. Years of hard work vanished in hours as she sat helplessly and cried. The crowd stopped only after the police arrived. Is this just an unusual incident that happens there, or a prime example of a low-trust society? In such a state, a Chinese man left the hotel. What was he doing there? Was he trying to build his own poop startup there? He is believed to be an online gaming addict and left behind a 3-foot deep mountain of toilet paper. Are you sure it was being used only as toilet paper? I believe in water. Water supremacy. This looks like some food festival in China. You can clearly see the sense of community, the taste of community there.
He has appointed himself ruler of China till he is alive. You can't do a thing about Taiwan, and you're trying to lecture India on Arunachal Pradesh.
Taiwan dates back to even
you can't do anything on Taiwan. You can't do anything on Taiwan. Hear it, you can't do anything on Taiwan. You'll keep talking about Taiwan.
But
you can't do anything on Taiwan. Yeah, you can't do anything on Taiwan. You already compromised on Taiwan.
Wait, this is hilarious. What the heck?
What history are you talking about? We would like to know.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, 1 minute. Prema, let's question him on history.
Yeah, what history? Because I have my family, my grandparents, we have all been Indian. When you say in Arunachal is part of China.
If Arunachal is part of China, then the whole world is part of India. You know, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Arunachal is part of China. I would like to know, do I have any voting rights in China? Do I have access to your public funds? Can I get pension in China? Can I get land? Would you give me land? Would you give me property in China? Do I have any of these? Do I vote for the Democratic of China?
The Democratic. That's the biggest joke. You have no rights.
Oh my gosh.
Do I speak Chinese? Do I even eat Chinese food at my home? Do I cook Indian food, or do I cook Chinese food? Or speak to me in Chinese, sir. Speak to me in Chinese and let me answer you in Chinese, and let's see if I'm Indian or Chinese. Because if history tells you that I should be Chinese, as the immigration officers have told me that you should apply for a Chinese passport because India doesn't own Arunachal
Gotta get
Pradesh.
the
I would
ad.
like
She's so
the
good
state
at
that
this.
you claim to be yours. What does Arunachal mean, sir?
Well, I don't like the language argument, especially in India. You can't say, oh, should I speak Indian or should I speak Chinese? Again, there's 2 languages in China. And then in India, there's just a multitude of languages. I don't think that language argument fits. I mean, food, well, maybe food, even though north to south, there are various different dishes. But still, they still, you can tell Indian food by the smell, the taste. Like, yeah, so Indian food is very distinct. So I can understand the Indian food argument. But the language, do I speak Indian or do I speak Chinese? Come on. There's when it comes to language, you could speak English and still be like, heck, my grandparents, my grandparents, my abuela and abuela were the United States of America for almost 50 something years before they passed on. They didn't speak a word of English, not a word, and they could have gotten citizenships. So the language argument doesn't really work.
Dude, I honestly feel so bad for her, man. She was stuck in the Shanghai Pudong airport for 18 hours. Or Pema Wanjum Tongdak is an Indian citizen living in the UK. So she's an Indian national because the passport of her birthplace is Arunachal Pradesh, which is an area like in between India and China. The Chinese customs officers questioned her repeatedly, claiming that it's actually part of China. So, but the issue is, like, here's the hypocritical part of this all, right? So, like I mentioned earlier, Taiwanese people have Taiwanese passports. China claims Taiwan is part of China, but yet Taiwan is allowed to have their own passports. Why? Well, it's because Taiwan is not part of China.
Just because you have killed democracy and forcefully made China a homogeneous society where most people sound similar, look similar, doesn't mean you'll start claiming parts of India. Indians look different, Indians sound different, and there's a democracy. And this is for all the brown sepoys who compare India with China. It's stupid to compare India with China. India should never ever be a communist dictatorship like China. Civilizationally speaking, India is not China. India will never be China. India should not be China. India should deal with its own issues, but it doesn't have to be China. So that's how you fight propaganda, guys. With reality.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They shouldn't depict a fight they couldn't win. You don't pick a fight you can't win. And there was no way they would be able to win that fight. There was no way. Why would China enlist Pakistani people in order to throw hate towards India? Why? What's the purpose there? What? I can't fathom. I can't fathom it. Why? And I honestly feel like the hate started with Tyler Averia's video, because that's where it really started to gain traction, and everyone kept talking about poop. Like, what? Indian food is just the best mix of different spices in the best quality. So any can differentiate the food even in tribal areas to modern cities. True. That's what I mean. It's like there are differences, but you can still tell it's Indian food. You can still tell it's Indian food. But yeah, when it came to language, I'm like, maybe that's not something worth worth arguing over. But yeah, it's still, it's so fascinating that they tried to keep up a front to the world. Like, even when, like, who was the streamer that went there and was like doing his tour of the world? I Show Speed went there and he was like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, trying to show the world what China's like, trying to show the world while I was just traveling the world, trying to show the world what the world's like, each individual location. But China's always been in full control of what people see, what people say, the type of, like, heck, what was it? The streamer Hassan Piker, when he traveled to China, literally just there as a propagandist for the government, it refusing to see any other areas except the designated areas that are, well, built up, that are completely built up to look nice. I mean, again, there are problems everywhere. There are negatives everywhere. There's, of course, a caste system in China. There's almost a caste system everywhere, but some places don't call it a caste system. And in the end, I mean, like, most caste systems were literally, it's something you, well, if you only qualified to do this type of labor, well, guess what? You fall in that category of employment. In the United States of America, it's the type of, there's billionaires, there's the millionaires, there's the upper middle class, there's the lower middle class, and then there's just the poor people, like like, I'm not lower middle class, I'm below, like, I forget what it is below, but I'm below that. And then there's the poor people at the very bottom. I'm not there, but I'm there. I'm like right above unemployed. I'm right above unemployed. But that's the thing. It's just like every single location in the world has a form of caste. Has a form of caste. I have siblings, though, which are in the upper middle class. I have siblings which are in the lower middle class. I have, it's just like, but we can still get along with each other. It's not something you're born into. It's just something you qualify for. Again, I went to college for an arts degree. Retarded me. So they can't do anything with that. But yeah, it's like everywhere has a variation on a caste system. And it kind of makes sense when you look at it from like the financial aspect. And that's what it was in India for the longest time. It was like the mentor-mentee type of dynamic. You could go into a different caste if you were just under a different mentor. From like, what is it? Salesman to blacksmith. I mean, there are different ones. You're either going from town to town selling wares, or you're working in a blacksmithy shop. Yeah, but it's just, it's everywhere has problems. Everywhere has problems. And there's no point in targeting a nation and calling out its problems when you yourself have problems.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait, like that.